pull this up. Alright, so what I'm going to do is roll a die here. 12-sided die. Odd, I'm going to put this in chat so that I can't have short-term memory loss. Odd equals Tim Lagore. Even equals... Alright, so let's get the camera. Make sure it's repositioned on dice tray. Do our roll-off. Alright, let's see if I can find the number now with camera. Cheap camera. It is a 4. So Swergen is up first. Tim Lagore will be second. And I need to reposition my camera. I will find a better way to do that in time, but I think roll-off... I think old school dice are fun. Let's pull up the prize list temporarily. So that's what's at stake. That's the current pool that you're shooting for. Mecha Hive, that's how far down the list I am. Okay. Got it. Right. Yep, so you would have been an odd number. So you get the second run. Whisper K-O-L-O-Z. Test. Alright, and I'm thinking you're... Just because the two of you had spoken up in chat, the two of you were ready, so it was either going to be a coin flip or a roll-off for the exact order. Numbers Kappa. Let's get rid of this. Any race you want to face first. Take the prize off there, rename this. Now playing Underworld Dungeon. I believe normal mode. Oh, come on, why didn't that save? Oh, because I'm an idiot and I put that in the wrong place. Alright, and let's move that around and stop being a streamer noob. Okay. The easiest, please. Which of these is the easiest? Immortal. Underworld Dwarf. Necrotic. Shin Hair. It's not Venom, it's not Necrotic. It's either... Honestly, it's either Shin Hair or Dwarves is the easiest, but... That flapping sound, that was my feeble attempt at humor passing you by. Meow! Just right over the head. Sometimes things don't work as well in text. I get it now. I see what you were going for now. Okay, that's not a keepable hand. That is. Alright, so remember, games are best out of 1. You win, you move on. You lose, we add something to the prize pool. I think Tunnel Monsoon now. Because everything that... all the Dreadlings that die are going to get decoy counters on them. So we'll get some bonus Dreadlings when Monsoon comes up. Alright, Dreadlings are neutral, so I'll allow that. Oops. Order of operations fail on my part. I could add a 5/5 rabbit. But all of these decks are difficult. The next dungeon is going to be a lot more accessible, since the power level of all decks is commons and uncommons. And for the decks where I use rares, I'm going to be extremely selective about it. Which ones I use as like the equivalent of AI-only cards. So that's going to be a lot easier for people to jump into without big collections. Tilling the soil.
Morton.
Some more ramp.
Walk away.
Can't do that, Shepard.
I don't have a choice here. Walk away, or I will fight.
Morton?
Yeah, Shoku's Garden is an unexpected choice. How many counters does this guy have? Tunneling 4. That particular shard combination is going to have a hard time getting rid of the rabbit too, with the evasion gem on it. This could be a Majesty deck. Oh, Tempestuous Blade Dancer. Alright, so we're going to take 4 here. Yeah, Monsoon with Dreads is hilarious. Monsoon is also a very expensive card, so I think I only have 1 in this deck. Because I think I only own 1 Monsoon. And I was like, well, can you really do a tribal Shinhair deck without any Monsoon in it? Nah. Gotta have a 1 of in there. This next turn is Feel Bad, though. Alright, so that is a 7/7. This flips next turn, right? So let's just soak up some of that. Let's go ahead and soak up that damage. We just win next turn. That was pretty brutal. Yeah, that deck's totally legal. Monsoon with Dreads. Good lord. Yeah, I don't know if that was... It certainly didn't play like it was the easiest deck. Oh, I lied. There's 2 Monsoon in there. Okay, that's all the Monsoons I own. Alright, Tim Ligor, you're up. And, Swergen, if you're back in channel, if you would like to retool your deck and have another run at it, you are welcome to after Tim Ligor. I always say that there has to at least be one person breaking up other people's attempts. But if you two are the only two who have decks ready and want to challenge the dungeon, then I would let the two of you alternate back and forth until somebody else shows up who says, hey, I want to play, and then we'd get them in on it. You invade Shoku's garden, the bunnies defend their territory very aggressively. Alright, Tim Ligor, I see you in-game. I'm going to send you a challenge. If you're not ready, you can decline it and just let me know. But I'll do the same deck for now. I'm going to pull up the prize list for a minute and add to what you see here a Moonrise Elder. So this is the current prize pool. Let me go to my donation list here too, because I think the next thing is going to get pulled out of my donation list, so that I can continue keeping track of that easily. We'll put the prize list off stream again. Alright, Tim will go rolling up with Marshall Josephina. And we'll keep this. Okay, shard drop and pass. We're going to do the same, shard drop and pass. You know, a little thought before keeping hand might have been wise. It's usually good to look at the cards first. So we'll see if Tim Ligor is just bluffing the Dungeon Master, or if there was a questionable keep. Praise Kismet! Ooh! Voice of the Ashwood. And choose one. Yeah, we have the allegiance for the Monsagi. Always just trust the cards. Heart of the Shards. Well, I think our only play right now is Acolyte of Shoku. With Rage 1, that means we can... Does that have to block? Yeah, that has to hit a champion for that to work. So, Acolyte of Shoku can stand in front of that for a turn. So we're going to risk the Shoku to deny the ramp. And there's an Ardent Crusader, which is a 4/6. Alright, Monsagi Lilypad for blood. And we're going to pass the turn. I think so far, best performance in the Underworld dungeon has been to clear 2 decks. I don't think anybody's cleared 3. And obviously if all 4 had been cleared, the dungeon would be done. Alright, so that's 7 coming in. We're not blocking. Alright. No tricks or anything. We'll kill that. Okay, nothing played on 4. And now I think we hold again for Hero Fall on Ardent Crusader. Or do we do that now? Because it does hit in hands and decks, so if another one were to be played next turn, I think that survives the Hero Fall. So let's murder it now. Get rid of all of them. Not very sporting, Tim Lagore says. Alright, so 2 Phantoms come in. Yazukan now. From your crypt, and each troop with the same image from your crypt into play. Or do we Springlitter Disciple for 2 Dreadlings? This might be wrong, but I'm going to agree it in Yazukan. Be resource efficient, spend all the points we have. Lasgar's Vengeance at 3 cost. And then a burn to finish off Yazukan. Is this immortal format? Yes. For these dungeons. For these dungeons, all sets are legal. Or for this particular dungeon, all sets are legal. The next dungeon up is Standard Silver, where only commons and uncommons will be allowed in player decks. But for this dungeon, all rarities, all sets. Alright, so we're down to 7, which is a problem. We could just get Phantom to death here if we don't find a big threat in a hurry. That's 2 damage, that brings us to 5. And there's a War Party Guide. Really did not need a shard there. Swing for the hills since we can't block. Alright, so if there's no tricks, we're down to 3 after this next swing. And Tim Lagore has charge power ready to go. Exalted Knight, I think that's going to be GG. He has speed. Oh, that would have been lethal. Because Shoku comes in exhausted. And so would our Battle Hopper. Make some Dreadlings for no purpose, just for lols, because we're dead. Crackling Magma, just for funsies to kill everything. Won't bother swinging. Charge Power can stop the Spring Litter Disciple from blocking, so Timlagor has lethal. Any preference on next deck? My scout said there were Dreadlings in your camp. Yes, there were. Surprise me for the next one. Okay. So 1 deck down, 3 to go. The Shinhair have fallen. Up next, let's go Immortal. I don't think anybody's played dwarves yet, so we're gonna break out the dwarves. And see how they fare. Shinhair first, dwarves second. Who do we want third? Maybe Venom third, Necrotic last. Did I have a reading comprehension fail? Alright, here's Timlagor. Challenge. I thought it was you that I sent a challenge to. I don't know why you wouldn't have gotten it. If you're not seeing it, you could try to send me a challenge. I've seen this happen before with people. Try challenging me. If you happen to see that, I should PM you on game in case you don't. Oh, I love these challenge issues. Because we've got no challenges coming up on screen. Here we go. Accept. Here we go, we have a game. All good. First, Higswell1, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Empire. Hope you enjoy hanging out with us and watching some Dungeon Master action. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna move this over here. And the biggest challenge for this deck is, honestly, for me to remember how to play it. We'll take Electroid and throw down a zero-cost Electroid. Because I have, this is going to be the first time anybody has gone up against this one of the dungeon decks. So I'm not entirely positive I remember how to play it. When you play an artifact, summon a Dreadling. When you have 5 or more artifacts in your crypt, this has +5/+5. Dread Technomancer. Construct Foreman is going to... Wait, what? That only... Oh, that only hits artifacts? Well, there's a misplay. That only hits artifacts, so Electroid's going to stay as it is. I should have played an Immortal Tears or the Underworld Decree and let Construct Foreman hit that. That would have been the better line. The Immortal Tears and the Underworld Decree exist to basically be sacrificed and help fill the deck with things that can be sacrificed. This has summoned 2 Dreadlings on it to help fuel the Dread Technomancers. So we're going to throw down another Electroid and an Immortal Tears and swing with those who can swing. And that is a William Rowan. So let's get another Dread Technomancer out. And an Underworld Decree. And we're going to gain Sapphire because we have no need for the other. I'm just not ready for this much aggression. Yeah, it's problematic. We're gonna actually just hold off with the weaklings. Continue the end phase. A couple more resources wouldn't be a bad thing. And since it's been a while since I dropped it in chat, I'm going to re-drop the link again here for the Dungeon Masters of Entrath. You can find in print there the rules for this particular dungeon, so that you can read and review that at your convenience if you are interested in taking a shot at the dungeon. And the Rowan hit. That is a problem. You can build multiple decks as long as change decks between matches, as long as your deck, any deck you use, obeys the rule. The rule for this current deck is factioned ardent, so all of the troops in your deck, or at least 20 troops, have to be ardent. Once you've hit 20 ardent troops, then troops above and beyond that can be neutral. Champions do not matter. Any champion is fine. So we need Scrounge 3 for that. We're not there yet. War Machinist. When an artifact enters play under your control, this deals 1 damage to each opposing champion. That costs to summon Dreadlings, and we can sacrifice that though to get a resource. We're going to play it. Cannot summon Warbot because we don't have enough artifacts in the crypt. Two blockers there that would just wreck everything. Blocks this, and we're talking a pittance of damage, so it's not worth swinging there. Alright, that's a Protector Defender. When this attacks, ready all of your troops, and they get +1/+1. And a War-Torn General. When you play an Ardent Troop, create a Valor and put it into your hand. I think the order of operations might have been the other way around. Let's play that first. Play his other card. Yeah, I think the order of operations on those two was wrong, but I don't know that it's going to matter super much. Because those Krakens are going to be pretty brutal. Well, you have 5 or more artifacts in your crypt that has +5/+5, which really kind of works against the scrounge on this. Alright, Marshal Josephina blocks one of the Electroids from being able to block. Our backdoor here is might be War Machinist. When an artifact enters play, this deals 1 damage to each opposing champion. If we can live long enough to get that power. So that's 1 damage. 2 damage because of Dreadling. Swing in with those. So we're gonna attempt basically now to hold the line and backdoor in with our backdoor a win with artifacts and War Machinist. And Dread Technomancer's now a 6/6. Oh. War Machinist is dead. There goes our backdoor win condition. And now we're in deep trouble. No swing in. Alright. So let's go ahead and cancel, activate this, but get rid of non-artifacts primarily. Don't have the charges yet for that, even. Alright, so that's still a really bad board to try to swing into because those are going to block 2 Electroids. He basically laughs at our attacks to swing in right now. If we find another, we're going to hold that, and we're going to hold that ability. And we might, those Valors can now start popping off other things. If we find another one of the War Machinist, then we can make 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts on 1 turn. Okay, so it dealt 3 damage to the Technomancer, made Rowan a 6/6 Swift Strike. Just gonna pop off the Dread Technomancer. So that's gone. Do we see any swings in here? Does have to be careful with the swings because, you know, crackback can be lethal. Electroids need 4 or more things though, or they're worthless. Alright, Immortal Tears. Sacrifice it for a shard. Just trying to thin the deck right now to find an answer. But we're kinda, despite the life totals, I think we're the one on the back foot. And that's just gonna bring swift death here. Empowered Stink Shot Sniper gets a Valor off the War-Torn General, can be played on the Stink Shot Sniper, and can pop a troop. So we'll get rid of the Construct Foreman. So dwarves are pretty dead. That William Rowan hit really turned it around. And that is brutal. Five, 7 is 11. Actually, no. Undo that block. Oh, that's 5. We're pretty dead next turn anyway, so we're just gonna block like that. Yep, we're dead. Did I misread what Rowan does? Yeah, I think I probably misplayed there, but I was going to be dead next turn on the Stink Shot Sniper anyway. Because I'm 99% sure the dwarves didn't have an answer in hand for that. Alright. Rowan makes his master double damage. Okay. So there was a bit of a misplay there. Alright, so that's 2 decks down. Shinhair dead, dwarves dead. And up next then are the Venom. Rowan MVP. Alright, the Venom saw what happened to their buddies. Can they hold the line? I would have liked a 3rd shard, but we'll keep this. Can Runeweb or Nosk turn 2? Can hopefully land a free Skitter of the Arachnid. Alright, that's not a shard. We wanted to see a shard. We'll use that for some Threshold, and play a Runeweb Infiltrator, and pass. And now I'm going to put money down on Ruby Shard, and burn kills this. I don't like being right. Alright, slow shard for blood. And we'll throw out a web guard. That is a 4/6 Ardent Crusader. Alright, I think play the Vile Fang here this turn. We do have Malzak's stun online. An Exalted Knight would make all of the spiders come in stunned. Oh, that's really annoying. Don't want to lose either of these troops yet. Stun you to buy some time. Exarch is not really an answer here. At least not immediately, because it's going to come into play exhausted. I don't know that I'm ready to Gruesome Deed yet to get rid of that. No good choices here. Hardcast Skitter the Arachnid to get some eggs in there and hope for RNGesus. This deck has had some brutal play lines before, but this is not one of them. Alright, so now there's 2 more threats on the board. Oof. Not a good sequence here for the Venom deck. Could sacrifice one of these to get rid of the Exalted Knight. Probably would be the Web Guard. And then throw down the Exarch for some lethal. Now hold the line here and pray. Lasgar's Vengeance just says, nope, nope, you're all dead. That's 4, 5, 6, that's lethal. Wow, the Venom rolled over. That was the worst performance the Venom deck has ever put up against people. And that's 3 dungeons down. Just Necrotic left. Necrotic or bust. Which I guess means this is a good time to remind you, those of you at home, what Tim Lagore is playing for. Let's put this up. So this is normal mode, so ignore those 2 at the bottom. But this entire prize list here is what's currently up for grabs for Tim Lagore. Alright, so let's close that off. The final battle. 3 choose your own shards, a ruby shard, a Lixil, transmog, and this is a pretty decent starting hand. Valiant Escort on 1. What is in a Primal Pack? A Primal Pack is 13 rare cards and 2 legendary cards of whatever set it is a pack from. They have an average of a $15 to $20 value, so on the auction house. So they're a pretty hype prize. And that was a misplay. I should have. My brain is not on fire today. I should have taken the Sapphire Shard so I could Arcane Focus. And that's probably what we're going to do next turn. Alright, so those are 2... Alright, and Forgotten Monarch here has cost -1 in all zones for each different threshold you have, +1 in Crush, and when this attacks, Underworld troops you control get +1/+1 in Lethal. Just throw this out, and this time we're going to get the Sapphire Shard. And we're going to Arcane Focus. And we'll take that Midnight Paladin. End the turn there. The Sears say Lixil is coming. Hope I can find a pen in time to deal with her. Oh, Lixil is indeed coming. I want to save the Transmogrifade for a bigger threat. So I don't like it, but I think taking 4 is correct. Because there's that. Now let's play out that shard. Now we need 4 to, and that would be our 5th. So we're going to save Lixil for next turn because then we can make Lixil invincible the turn she comes out. In sacks, Underworld troops you control get +1/+1 in Lethal. So I think we resign ourselves to another 4. There's Reggie. Now we'll Uzu for blood. It could be possible. Well, can't Extinction here. Need Lixil out first. So it's Lixil for another blood. And I actually want to hold the Forgotten Monarch here, I think. In case there is a removal for this, then we still have the ability to block Reggie. Prevent that from going in the deck. Okay, so probably not void effect since the charge power was used. Alright, so we're just going to block Reggie here. Play a shard. And cannot swing in. So we're going to play Extinction to reset the board, except for Lixil. That is an empowered Stink Shot Sniper. Alright, that is a dead empowered Stink Shot Sniper. And Lixil is unique, so we can't play another one. I will pass the turn. So we will Lixil again for 3, and the Midnight Paladin is going to help us stabilize because we get 5 health there. This deals 1 damage to each opposing champion for each different threshold you have, and it has life drain on it, so all of that damage comes to us as health. Alright, Heart of Embers is a problem. We're going to do that for it to gain 5. And Midnight Shepherd. Midnight Shepherd, since we have all of our thresholds, we're not going to swing in with Lixil. We're going to hold that back. When you have all 5 thresholds, put target troop in a crypt into play under your control. That, another Heart of Embers. That's probably going to get hit here, because otherwise we could just chain putting the Midnight Paladins back into play. Clutched top decks all around, Tim Lagore says. Yep, and there goes Midnight Shepherd. Unsurprisingly. And that pops both of them because each Heart of Embers has its own trigger. Another extinction would not be bad here. Slight targeting error. Okay, that... We're gonna hold that. That didn't really help. Would not mind some removal over here. Alright, so Lixil eats charge power, so we have to take 7 damage. Alright, Oracle Song. Give us something good. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna play this fast shard. Arcane Focus. Give us something good. Extinction. Found it. And now Lixil can block again. Where did I put my pen? Thepsis, hello. You've arrived just in time to watch Tim Lagore battle the final of the 4 dungeons, or final of the 4 decks of the Underworld dungeon. So we're gonna continue to declare defense, block that, and we're down to 9. Oh, we're back in it. We back in it. Choose blood. We're going to, let's see here, can't do both, so we're going to go ahead and extinction to wipe you out. I don't think you can draw speed for 9. So close. Oh, that I hope the whole Underworld can hold on their last line to defenders. Yep, it's come down to this. This has been a very hard-fought final game. Lots of punch, counter-punch. But I think we got it now. That costs 0. Don't need it though. Lixil for 3. And the Midnight Paladin will finish it. Tim Lagore, that close! As close as anybody has come yet. But not quite there. Some tweaking is called for. But you have come closer than anybody else. But for everybody else, that means the hope remains. The hope remains. Alright, and so we're going to add to the prize list a Zodiac Crowfeather. And I think Tim Lagore's performance was good enough. We're going to double down. So not only are we going to add a Zodiac Crowfeather, but we're going to add one more Scars of War booster in. So the current prize list is now everything you see on screen here. 3 Scars of War boosters, Zodiac Crowfeather added in for normal mode success. The Hero Fall Primal Pack, 10,000 gold, and the menagerie of rares that you see here. Alright, and so besides Tim Lagore, I just want to make sure I've got an accurate head count here of who is in chat with decks ready and would want to play. Tim Lagore is on cooldown, so one other person would need to challenge the dungeon first before he can have another crack at it. If anybody does have Ardent Faction deck ready to go and wants to take a crack at it, please speak up and let me know. If there are multiple people ready, then we'll do a roll-off to decide the order. Or if you've not gone to, if multiple people are ready to go and one person has had an attempt today and another person has not, then the person who has not had any chance today will get the preferential first crack at it. Alright, Swergen says I am ready. I'm going to give it about 60 seconds for anybody else to say so, otherwise you will get the go by default. And I'm scrolling up in my chat again. Let's see. Remind me your in-game name again. Or let's see if I can find it in Whispers. Yep, you're here. You're Kolos. Alright, we're going to take this off screen. Okay. And I'm posting that in chat just because of the delay. Kolos, you will be the next up because nobody else dropped their name in the hat as having a deck ready and wanting to go. Do you want to do the decks in the same order, or do you want to do a different deck first? Now that you've had a chance to glimpse what all 4 have in store. Because you got to beat all 4. The order doesn't matter, so you can take them in any order you'd like. You just have to beat them all. I think I had an... I'm not sure what that is. Escond on board. You played one of those extinctions. Gotta go play Pathfinder. Tried to hold out until I can play again. Scared of rabbits. Put the rabbits at the end. Okay. Tim Lagore with a valiant effort. Alright, let's challenge Colo's Immortal. And maybe dwarves first. Okay, we'll go dwarves first. Send a challenge. I gotta keep track of the time too. Okay, it's about 2 o'clock. I'm planning on streaming for about another hour and a half, and then I gotta get out of here. Because I am going to an afternoon matinee of Logan. Finally going to see that movie this afternoon. Oh, that's not a good hand. That's not a good hand either. Holy crap. Holy crap. Whew. These draws are horrible.
A parting gift.
I think variance is going to do us in on this one. Verdant Mill. Exhaust 1 or more troops to add a counter to it, then if there's 5, every time you play resource you get a wild child. Alright, Immortal Tears. Not even going to bother playing the Well of Innovation because we don't get anything for it. Problem with this deck is I think this is a low threshold count aggro deck. And which means there's not a lot of... Your odds are not great to hit a draw right now. Alright, thankfully there's that. And we're going to sacrifice that. Play Sapper's Charge. And we'll pass, and we're gonna hope that we can draw into something here.
Shit, not again!
Alright, Sylvan Performer. Anytime something with cost 5 or greater is played, draw a card. Doesn't attack with the Dreadling, uses it to power up the Verdant Mill. Alright, so let's play our Ruby Shard, play our War Machinist. Sacrifice that to get rid of custom card draw. And pass the turn here. Alright, so that's 4 charges on Verdant Mill already. That's 5. And now we start seeing the onslaught of wild children. Earth Caller, the next thing in the deck is going to get +5/+5. Throw down Electroid. And pick a threshold. I don't think it matters. Yeah, Ardent using Dreadlings. Counterintuitive. But Dreadlings are neutral, so technically within the rules as long as the content of the deck works. These are very morally corrupt Ardent, we'll say. Or elves. And they reckon right now. Dwarves are gonna get spanked pretty hard. Charge Power is also online. I really don't want to block any of that yet. That's a Sapper's Charge, which will deal the damage. We'll get rid of the Earth Caller. Actually, may have been worth to get rid of Leer Assist just for that passive ramp. Here's another point of damage, and we now have Electroid up as a blocker. Is it worth swinging with Electroid? It would survive those. This may not be correct, but it's what we're going to do. Because every once in a while the Dungeon Master needs to play like an AI. So there is a Ruby Threshold and another Wild Child. And a Rollicking Reveler. Well, I think we're dead. Whenever an opponent plays an artifact or a constant, this deals 5 damage to that champion. Well, that wrecks this deck. Yep, Rollicking Reveler is a very strong play against this deck. Because now basically we do anything, we slap ourselves in the face for 5. The Wall of Innovation doesn't really do anything. So we're going to hold here. But the overrun is coming. Bloombringer. Steadfast. There's a hit. Steadfast. This got the +5/+5 off the Earth Caller. 11/11 plant. No swings. We're gonna do it. It's bad, but we're gonna do it. We need more blockers. Although War Machinist Win can't work with that because when we play things, we're killing ourselves far faster for playing cards than we're killing them. So yeah, this is actually probably the easiest deck. Grandfather Elk makes a 14/14 Steadfast Crush. And now probably swing with everything but the Rollicking Reveler. Or swing with everything and probably have lethal. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 11, 13. I don't think that's lethal yet. We are super dead, though. Okay, that was lethal. Never mind. One deck down, 3 to go. Dwarves just had no answers for that. Alright, so up next. Okay, Immortal. So the dwarves are gone. Dwarves have been defeated. Let's hear. Venom performed the worst last time. So let's go Venom next. And then after Venom will be Necrotic, because Kolos wanted to do Shinhair last. Alright, round 2. Fight! Go spiders, get your vengeance. So this is the same mess we had last time. 2 shards. Gonna keep it because there's 2 web guards in here to block some of the early moves that we've seen from Grandfather Elk here, like the Dreadlings. It would block wild children. There is a Chronic Madness in here for a little bit of thinning. There is eventually a Brood Baron, although this initial hand has no way to put eggs in deck. If I summon Underworld troops in any way, is that illegal? Yes. No Underworld troops from Conscript. And Eager Lackey is an illegal troop anyway. Any specific card you are worried about? Alright, so we can avoid playing the Zinzith Silk for a moment. Card is fine as long as Ardent chosen. But that is a good point. Cull of Deepwood allows an Ardent or an Underworld choice. I think on that card, Judge's ruling is card's legal as long as you go Ardent with it. Ooh, Call of the Deepwood already. Into a hulking smasher. Well, alright then. Now, it only has 2 attack power to begin with. When damage is dealt to it, it's when it gets the rage. So let's maybe just stick to our plan for now. And get some butts in the way. But Wild has ways to make that very interesting. Charge power is online. Alright, and there's an Ashwood Minstrel. It might be worth sacking a Web Guard to get rid of that if it becomes any stronger. But right now we're going to let that deal 2 damage to us. It can be stunned as well. Gonna throw down a 3rd Web Guard, and we're just gonna have all of the defense for everything else. And gonna pass again. So this gives us resource regardless. So next turn we could get a Brood Baron out to start multiplying the 0 eggs that are in that deck right now. Okay, that is a Wrathwood Larch. And again, not going to block that. Okay, there's another Brood Baron. So let's Silk for some eggs, so that at least there's some eggs in there. And Brood Baron to start doubling the number of eggs in there. From 3 to 6 to so on. It is rather annoying to get pinged for 2 a turn, though. These two could block each other. Okay, that's a 5/9, so... And only swings with that. Okay. Another Wrathwood Larch. That's actually making me a little uncomfortable over here. Let's stun that. Throw down another Brood Baron. And just hang out for a minute. Double Baron gets gross very quickly. Ooh, Viridian. Diligence, cards in your hand get cost -1, then if you have no cards in your hand, this gets power and toughness equal to her power and toughness. Probably no combat trick with just 1 resource in hand. Alright, so we're gonna double your eggs, and then double your eggs. Now let's, I think this is a good time to Chronic Madness and try to find some of those spiders. Did not find any of them. Is it worth gruesome deeding something? I don't think so right now. I'm going to hold the line and pray for a spider hit to lock some stuff down. Did not hit a spider. Baron multiplication is still something good for us, but those are big bodies. Okay, no swings is good for us. Because the longer this goes on, the better our odds. So that doubles and then doubles again. It's up to 90, up to 138. And we're just going to swing in with that. Let's put a few more in there. And now let's hit some spiders. Why are there all so many? Okay. Would you like to activate this power? Yes. You. I think that's pretty much all of them, right? That's everything we're worried about. And now we have to click through all of this, though. Resolve. 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 I think the Brood Barons are gonna seal it here with their multiplication. Because that doubles, and then that doubles again. Those two combined probably get to the 250 magic number. Yeah, that's game. Boom. Double Brood Baron saves lives. And the Venom managed to hold the line there. But the dwarves got smashed. I was sweating there for a while. The big bodies were a clear and present danger for the Venom. And so now we're going to update our prize list again. And to this, let me see here, Zodiac Crowfeather is in the list already. We are going to add a Mad Robomancer. So there is your current prize list. Herofall Primal Pack, 10,000 gold, Deep Gaze Champion, Filk Ape, Wakuna Kofrother, Prodigy Velocilov, Unleash the Beast, Waltz of the Damned, Grim Justice, 3 Scars of War boosters, Mecha Hive, Moonrise Elder, Zodiac Crowfeather, Mad Robomancer. And if you're hardcore enough for the hardcore bonus, then on top of that we have a Scars of War draft pack and an Armies of Myth Primal pack. Alright, so I think Tim Lagore is probably playing Pathfinder right now. If there's anybody else who has not challenged the dungeon yet and has Ardent Faction Dungeons ready to go, please let me know. Otherwise, we're going to jump into Limited for a little while. Probably do an Evo game, because Evo tends to be the fastest way to reset people's cooldowns, so that if there's only one person who's actively ready, then they can go again after just waiting out one Evo game. And my current Evo pool is a Tri-Shard Diamond Sapphire Blood with a flight theme, and I've been using Marshal Josephina to lock troops down to help buy some time. 2 Mystic Naturalists here, a Vigilant Duskwing, a Phoenix Guard Lancer, a Gralk to help lock things down, a couple Cheap Shots, some Cerulean Sages. Winning like that with a Venom deck is like when your older brother just holds your back by putting his hand on your head. When you want to hit him, like, yeah, just holding you at arms, like, come get me, come at me, come at me. And we're not worried. That was my only line of defense at that point, was to just sit on the big bodies and have a line of defense against 4 6s and other troops swinging into my face. Couldn't really take a more aggressive line there. Alright, so nobody else has popped in as ready with the deck, so we're gonna play one Evo game here. And then Colos, if you want another crack at it. Nobody else speaks up, then you'll be eligible again as soon as this game is done. I should mention too, for every minute you spend in the channel, you earn a credit. When we have more people in stream, credits are used for ticket raffles to get entry into the dungeons. On some of the last streams, it's just been... there's only been enough people ready to go at a time for the dungeons that I've just been picking people and taking turns. But on busier days, we do use a ticket raffle system, so your credits help for that. I do plan in the future to start doing some ticket raffle giveaways as well, in addition to dungeon prizes for some items. And there's also long-term things. If you go to, I think it shows on my profile page here, but I think it's revlo.com/thronomega, something like that. It's in my profile below. You can use the credits towards long-term goals. Like, I'm open to suggestions. Suggestions on what those credits can be used for does not cost anything. But some of the rewards, if you really want to save up your credits and use those, include you design a dungeon. So basically, you come up with the encounters, you send me the deck lists, I build and play your dungeon on stream, and you're fully credited for all the design, you know, and all that. Pyre Strike, unfortunately, takes out our bomb, but we do still have the Mystic Naturalists if we find a second Shard of the Sapphire. So I really don't want to use the Strangle or the Decree of Banishing here. There's got to be bigger threats in a deck like that. So we're going to just pass the turn here and hope that we find a second Sapphire. But also, it's been a while since I have posted this, so I'm going to post again a link here. That is the forum link for the Dungeon Masters of Entrath, where I kind of post... Oof! Holy crap, double conscription the same turn. The rules of the dungeon are there, as well as I post updates there, but as a reminder, the current dungeon is the Underworld dungeon, if you're just tuning in. I have 4 decks built, one for each of the 4 Underworld races. To be eligible to compete against the dungeon, your deck would need to be Ardent Factioned. So, minimum of 20 Ardent troops. Any troops above and beyond that can be of any... or it can be neutral, but absolutely no Underworld troops are allowed. You can use different decks between matches as long as the decks all obey that rule. Oh, Surging Wildfire is just gross. That's gonna... Doesn't hit it... Oh, can't hit it with the charge power. Do we... Let's kill a body, because we can Decree of Banishing that next turn. Hardcore mode, if you want to go above and beyond, is just like I built 4 decks, one for each of the races. You would need to do the same, and then we play opposing factions against each other. So Human versus Necrotic, Shin Hair versus Coyotal, and on down the list. There'd be 3, 6, 7 damage coming in. God, I want to swing, but I can't. think this one's pretty. I think this one's too little, too late. That Eager Lackey combo is just rough. So if anybody has questions about the deck building requirements, if I haven't articulated something clearly enough, or you have questions about what's legal and what's not, let me know. Tim Lagore almost cracked the dungeon earlier on stream. Got to the last deck. Was pretty close. It was a very punch-counter-punch match, but could not quite get there. And that is a hell of a hit. Mist Lord onto the Eager Lackey, which means that that can be voided and brought back for a consistent stream of 4 drops. That's just devastatingly good. So we're in deep trouble here. But yeah, if anybody has a deck ready to go to challenge the dungeon, just speak up in chat, let us know. And those can't block, so that's 3/6, that's lethal. That was brutal. Alright, so this Evo pool is 2-2 right now. But before jumping into another match with that deck, I want to give folks a chance to speak up. Colos, if you would like another attempt, since we played a game in between, you're eligible again if there's nobody else who wishes to compete. And here's a reminder of what we're playing for. Let me see if I can turn off. It's not super readable, but we'll just get rid of Hex for a second. So the prize list right now is a Hero Fall Primal Pack, 10,000 gold, 3 Scars of War boosters, and all the rares you see on screen. There is also, for doing it on hardcore mode, which again means you need to make 4 decks. The added prize on top of this, if you beat it on that mode, is a Scars of War draft pack. That's 2 Scars of War boosters, a Hero Fall booster, and 100 plat, and an Armies of Myth primal pack. The Hero Fall primals the 2 primal packs were donated by a Hex employee who was kind enough to send that our way, and I was also auto-granted 20 Scars of War booster packs, which I'm sprinkling out and doling out over time in the prize list, along with a couple of the rares are donations. Otherwise, most of the singleton rares are from my own personal collection that are extras. And every time somebody fails to clear the dungeon, the prize list grows and grows and grows. I think this originally, before the Primal Pack was added in, this originally started as 10,000 gold and I think like 4 rares, and it's just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Because these decks are challenging. They are the strongest single race decks that I could design. All rarities are allowed, and the decks are also immortal format, so all PvP sets are legal for these. The next dungeon, once this has fallen, is going to be a standard dungeon, so only the most recent sets that are standard legal will be allowed, and it will also be Silver or Eco League, whatever you want to call it. For the next dungeon, only commons and uncommons will be allowed in your decks. As the Dungeon Master, I will have access to rares and legendaries, which I'm going to be very careful about how I use, because I want the dungeon to be tough but not broken unfair and impossible. But I'll be using some rares and legendaries to give the feel of AI-only cards. I do not have that dungeon done yet, though, so if anybody clears the Underworld dungeon today, then as far as dungeon challenges go, we'll be done at that point, because The next dungeon has 9 decks in it. You only actually have to beat 5 to clear the dungeon, but I only have 3 of those 9 decks designed. So I still have some work to do to get ready for that. Alright. So we're going to jump into another Evo here because I haven't heard anybody. So currently I have to do Ardent decks. Yes, the current dungeon is Factioned Ardent. It'd be 20 Ardent troops, and then anything above 20 can be neutral. No Underworld champion or no Underworld troops are allowed, but all champions are legal. I've decided to allow all champions, so you could have an Ada, the Apparitionist, is a legal champion. Uzu's a legal champion if you really wanted. It's just the content of the deck needs to be Ardent troops to square off against the Underworld. And again, I keep the rules up to date in the Hex forum thread. I'm also going to work on getting a chatbot command. I don't have one yet, but I'm going to work on getting a chatbot command where you can type !rules. I think I'll want to make it, and that'll get you a link to where you can read through precisely what the current dungeon's rules are. Alright, this is pretty good. Could go Skitter and Cultivator on 2. Maybe Awakened Crusader on 3. Or do we do... Well, let's do Awakened Herald for blood. So that Underworld Crusader is playable next turn. And it's 2:30. It's 2:33 right now local time. So I will be up for another. I will be live for another hour, and then I'm signing off to go see Logan in theaters and have some family hangout time. Like how the top viewer is WorkerBot. WorkerBot doesn't count. Alright, C1 play 1 Dueling Underworld Crusaders. Let's just... Let's go ahead and decree of banishing that before it can start going off. And then I also want to play Skitter and Cultivator pre-combat because that makes the Underworld officer stronger. Oh, there goes our own Underworld officer. Alright, so we'll just swing in with these two. I think go ahead and play the Shard and Memory of the Fallen, which doesn't really interact very well with those, but it is a flyer. Nightbot doesn't have too big a role in the channel. It's mostly there to help with the follower alerts and the host alerts and things of that nature. do we... Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's go ahead and lock you down. And swing for 7. And then pass.
You're walking in the woods. There's no one around and your phone is dead. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot him.
And as a reminder, because I don't think I've mentioned it at all, ooh, hey, look at that. The perfect cheap shot target.
He's gaining on you.
My regular, oh, even better, conscript something that conscripts something. That's a wonderful chain. And opponent tosses. Dang it, we don't get to see what the Eagle Acu would have hit. But we will hit 3 wins. So we get another pack here. I have Winter, another Memory of the Fallen. Ooh, another Strangle. Another Skidding Cultivator. So there's a few good things in here. But as I was saying before I distracted myself, my regular stream night for Dungeon Masters of Entrath is Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, because I'm based in Minnesota. For you on the coasts, that'd be 5 o'clock if you're on the West Coast, 8 o'clock if you're on the East Coast. I stream for about 3 hours on Wednesday nights. And then when I do not have social plans in the early afternoon, like today, then I will do a Sunday stream as well. So you've got guaranteed 1 night a week, and looking to expand a little bit more often, but definitely, you know, 1 night a week, possibly 2 the Sundays, and I might add a Thursday stream as well. Alright, so everybody in chat is eligible to compete in the dungeons. So if you want a go, just speak up while we take a look at what maybe can be revised in this deck with that new pack. Don't think that pack added anything super great in Diamond. I mean, maybe another Memory of the Fallen here.
His head topples to the floor, expressionless. You fall to your knees and catch your breath.
Go Winkings. I think that meant Vikings. But yes. Our football team of choice. Who managed to start 5-0 and then not even make the playoffs. Hilarious. So Strangle should be in here. Maybe another Skittering Cultivator. Is there enough in here to cut out the diamond, but then we lose some removal? Milky Eye Venom. Target troop you control gets lethal and invincible. Not really a great replacement for Chastise or Decree of Banishing. See, those were the new ones, but I think Strangle has to stay in. How many troops are in here? 14. Just type. So we have 14 troops, and we conscript 15, 16, and 17. That's one of those stupid words where it's just one letter different than the... Really? That's the German spelling? That's funny, I did not know that. One of those things where I can know what you're talking about even though it's different languages. So the Awakened Herald has to stay, because that just helps try to smooth out some of the lumps in Threshold. 14 troops, 15, 16, 17, 18. Maybe we get rid of one cheap shot. So it's... okay. I think W's are pronounced like V's, so Vikinger. Maybe, you know what, I think I want to get it put in one Skittering Cultivator, get rid of one Cerulean Sage. And roll with this. So I'm going to put the dice tray down here. Don't currently need to roll off on anybody. Alright, Between Rivers. Let's see, I can get rid of that page because all those records are recorded. Alright, this is keepable because we have 2 sources of blood, 2 sources of diamond. We have a strong 3-drop here. Alright, so they used a coin, looks like. Alright, so I'm gonna use the Necropolis coin as a slow shard now to guarantee that Tongue of the Black Crucible is playable next turn. Two coins used. Well, we get our blood shard anyway. But let's use that Crucible of the Black Circle, or Tongue of the Black Crucible. So it's got Life Drain, Diligence, choose one. This deals 2 damage to each opposing champion, or transform it into Crucible Born. While we have more health, this has +3/+3, so it'll be a 6/6 flyer. Let's not even bother swinging in with him. Let's just do this to get the Phoenix Guard Lancer out. And now we can transform him if he's not butchered immediately. He is butchered immediately. Alright, so there will be no transformation this day, because everybody kills him immediately. This is a super good card, but I've never been able to get him off because everybody knows he's a good card, and so he promptly gets removed before he can do his thing. I think I screwed up and forgot to him. Or was I out of resources? Yeah, that's a nice card. That was a nice card. For the brief time, we knew it. Alright, so we're going to deal 4. We're going to play Storm Rider. And now, if we remember, we're going to play Power and Pain on their turn. Okay, Boisterous Ballad creates a 2-drop with speed. Pyre Soul Summoner. That's not good. That card has upside. Alright, so I'm afraid of combat tricks, which is why I'm allowing that through. Plays the hunger on it. Alright, so we're in a Power and Pain. Whatever we get can get flight on attack. Which is redundant because we hit something that already has flight. Okay, sure. Now, I want to chastise that before he can start getting any value off of it. And swing in with these two. And then play Duskwing Maiden. Another 2-drop with speed. All the hungers. How many times is that? 1, 2, 3... 3 hungers. That's crazy. Oh my god, misclick. That sucks. Strangle or cheap shot that. That was pretty bad. There was 3 damage left on the table. Scrounge 2, robots you control have +2 attack, deploy, summon 2 Bumblebots. Yeah, we're going to strangle that before you can do that. Oh, that missing 3 damage was so bad. Alright, double blocks there. I may use the coins to ready this and fish for another card. Oh, that's bad. Tomb swaps to probably get the rare back. Does indeed. Ugh. Okay, ready this. Uh, 6, 12. 22 incoming. We're dead. get rid of the ones that would stick around. We are dead. And I need to update this too, because I should have this up. You know, let me know if you wish to challenge the dungeon. Yeah, we have a skittering cultivator. Woo! So this just makes a dreadling. 4, 5, 6. We're pretty dead. We're exactly dead. All the dead. This guy's just rubbing in our face how dead we are. Alright, good game. So that Evo went 3 and 3. Was not able to live the Tongue of the Black Crucible dream and turn him into a big flyer. But that's alright. And so, since it's been a while since I posted this, I'm going to drop in chat again the link to the Dungeon Masters of Entrath rules thread Thepsis. I just made a quick human deck. Alright, well I think you would be up if you would like to challenge the dungeon. Just let me know your in-game name. And you can have a crack at it for some sweet prizes. So I would try normal mode. Okay, yep. That is fine. IGN is Thep. Alright, so I'm going to send you a whisper / whisper Thep test. Alright, and let me know if there's any specific order you wish to challenge the decks in. Otherwise, I'm probably going to do, I think I'm going to do dwarves first. These seem to be the easiest. Yeah, we'll do dwarves first, because dwarves seems to be the easiest of these decks. Oh, you want to go necrotic first? Alright, we can do that. Necrotic. Alright, sending the challenge with the necrotic deck first. And let me update this. We are now playing the Underworld dungeon normal mode. Oh, to keep or not to keep? 2 shards, Lixil could fetch a 3rd. I want to file this under risky keep.